And what I'm seeing is I see a hungry Crawford, a Crawford that has been looking for the opportunity for a long time, finally getting the opportunity.
I don't have to have enough power to hurt him. I just got to beat him. That's it. If he slip up, then, you know, he will get hurt.
As the fight draws closer, Terence Crawford remains calm and unwavering, fully confident in his skills and prepared for the challenge ahead. On the other side, Canelo Alvarez relies on his wealth of experience, reminding the world that he's battled and beaten some of the best in the sport. He's made it clear he plans to use every ounce of his talent and ring IQ to walk away with the win. With both men locked in and ready, the tension continues to rise, setting the stage for a clash that will determine who truly belongs at the top.
You know, I've been in this sport like so many years. I had so many good fights in my career, and I had the experience to adapt myself to these kind of fighters. I fight everybody out there, every style, and I'm gonna do my job and put all my experience, all my talent there, and that's it.
Terence Crawford steps into this fight overflowing with confidence, openly expressing his belief that no opponent can stand in his way. His demeanor in interviews and press events reflects a man who fully trusts in his preparation and skill set, but the numbers paint a more layered picture. Canelo Alvarez brings a wealth of experience to the table. 67 professional bouts against elite-level competition have molded him into one of the sport's most seasoned veterans. By comparison, Crawford's 41-fight record, while undeniably impressive, doesn't quite match the volume of high-stakes wars Canelo has endured. That gap in experience could prove critical once the bell rings, as the smallest split-second decisions often determine whether a fighter walks away in triumph or in defeat.
How great Terence Crawford is, but they don't know how great Terence Crawford is at 168.
Terence in his bag right now. He's going third person, you feel me? But yeah, like Terence has every right to talk his shit literally here. He's being respectful and fair play, but the questions are the ones he's asking, the ones he knows are being asked. What's he look like at 168? Can he take the power? Is he going to be too small? Is he going to be able to deal with Canelo's experience over time, right? Even though Terence is the older fighter, he has, I think, 20 less fights than Canelo does, or maybe more. I think more than 20. And also, you know, competition level. This will be the most skilled, most experienced, biggest, strongest fighter that Terence Crawford's ever.
Canelo has spent his career going toe-to-toe with some of the most dangerous names in boxing. Each battle, whether testing his stamina or forcing him to adjust his strategy, has sharpened his instincts and pushed him to evolve as a fighter. In contrast, Crawford, while dominant against high-level opposition, has yet to face the same tier of elite power and ring IQ that fighters like Gennady Golovkin brought to the table. This gap in top-tier experience could play a significant role in the fight's dynamics, potentially giving Canelo the upper hand when things get tough and adjustments need to be made on the fly.
Thing is, on Terence Crawford's side, all the legacy, meaning he only has the opportunity to win the belts. Saul only has an opportunity to defend them. Terence Crawford has an opportunity to be in a 5 division and the only person to win all 4 belts in 3 separate weight divisions. Why is Saul taking this fight? And I'm gonna tell you why. Because there's some things in life more important than just the belts. And that 20-year career that Terence Crawford made, that all that he has, is very valuable. Very, very valuable. He had 1 foot out the game, and if he can be the man to defeat him, because remember, if Saul beats him, Terence Crawford was the first man to get all 4 belts in 2 separate weight divisions. Yes, I beat that champion. Yes, I beat the multiple division champion, and he had the...
Roy Jones Jr. offers a thoughtful perspective, pointing out that Crawford's true challenge will be handling Canelo's power and responding effectively under pressure. Jones emphasizes that technical skill can often offset size and strength, and he believes Crawford has the tools to do just that if he can absorb the physical punishment. With precise footwork, sharp timing, and high-level ring IQ, Crawford could shift the momentum in his favor. Jones stresses that mastery of fundamentals, angles, anticipation, and control can neutralize even the most devastating power. Ultimately, the fight may come down to one question: can Crawford's skill set withstand the heavy artillery Canelo is guaranteed to unleash?
So far, there's some pushing and shoving going on. The weight difference is a big factor as well.
I pay no attention to the pushing and shoving. I pay no attention to the weight factor. What I pay attention to is the skill level that both guys show in and out of the ring. And what I'm seeing is I see a hungry Crawford, a Crawford that has been looking for the opportunity for a long time, finally getting the opportunity, and really ready to grab the opportunity. And with Canelo, I see a guy who not necessarily hungry, but loves to entertain, loves to give us the big fights. Always tried to give the big fights. He finds a way to give us big fights. Not gonna always win them, but he always try to give them to us. So he'll be a guy that, if he shows up and does the exact right thing, he can win the fight. If he don't do the right thing, which I don't see him doing, I don't know why he would at this point in his career. I don't know. It'll all be predicated upon how well Terence can take his punch.
Yeah. You said you don't think, or you don't look into the weight difference. Why?
When you know how to box, when you're as skillful as Terence Crawford is, weight don't really matter much. Only thing that matters with the weight is, can you take the punch? And I'm sure you've been sparring with super middles and light heavies, so I'm sure you probably can take the punch. So that's the only thing when you got skill. Now if you don't have a skill, you can't take the weight, take it up, because you're gonna lose your punch, you're gonna lose everything. But when you got skill, all your stuff that you have goes up with you.
Shaquille O'Neal, a passionate and outspoken fan of combat sports, has boldly predicted that Terence Crawford will come out on top. His confidence is rooted in Crawford's history of dismantling opponents with surgical precision and unshakable determination. Shaq views Crawford as the more refined technician and believes that his mastery of the craft could lead to a knockout finish. While his take adds to the excitement, it also reflects the growing divide among fans and analysts, many of whom remain split on how these contrasting styles will clash once the bell rings.
About the one fight right now, Terence Crawford versus Canelo. Who do you got?
I gotta go Terence Crawford.
Terence Crawford?
Yeah.
Why?
He's the best ever.
Really? You think he's the greatest ever?
Yeah.
Over Ali, Muhammad Ali? I didn't know you were a big Terence Crawford fan like that.
You have to understand that there's eras, and in different eras, you can bring down the titles. Like, for example, Joker's the best big man left.
Right.
And I don't like.
You put Joker over you as the best big man? Oh.
Different eras and different time. It's not my era, not my time now.
True.
It's their time. So he's the greatest big man in the NBA right now. So I let the people decide who's that. But right now, Terence Crawford is the best.
So
and Floyd, because Floyd has never lost.
So how does Terence beat Canelo? Decision?
He's
or
gonna knock him out.
He's going to knock Canelo out?
Yes, man.
So they're going to have the fight at the Vegas Stadium, Raider Stadium. You're going to be there?
I heard it was off.
No, it's back on.
Okay.
Now
yes,
it's back on. It's in September 13th in Vegas.
Yeah, I'll be there.
You'll be there. Front row? Front row?
Of course.
All right, cool.
Trainer Robert Garcia has noted a shift in Canelo's recent performances, describing them as less explosive than in his prime years. He believes this subtle decline could open the door for Crawford to capitalize. According to Garcia, timing is everything in boxing, and Crawford may be stepping in at just the right moment, catching Canelo when he's not at his sharpest. This viewpoint adds another layer to the narrative, suggesting that momentum, current form, and strategic execution might matter more than experience alone when the two finally meet in the ring.
I would probably say Crawford versus Canelo, because it's a fight that that most of the people don't give Crawford a chance because of the size, but he's got skills, man. He's got skills. He's got good speed, good footwork. That's why I do give him a chance.
You do give Crawford.
I do give Crawford a chance, of course. Canelo's last few fights, he does his work. He gets work done, but never does that little extra to please or to. He knows he doesn't need to anymore, so he's just comfortable enough with just securing the win.
You don't like it?
He became a businessman, and I think that could be something in favor of Crawford, that if he comes out in his best and good footwork, Canelo is flat-footed. He his last fight, especially against the runner, he was throwing one punch at a time. Didn't even try to be aggressive and get him into the ropes, throw combinations of 4 to 5 punches. He never even tried that. So I think at this stage, I am giving Crawford a big chance of maybe.
Reports from Canelo's camp indicate that a major focus of his training is mastering ring control, specifically cutting off angles and restricting Crawford's movement. The goal is to limit Crawford's ability to control distance and dictate the tempo of the fight. This tactical approach plays directly into Canelo's strengths as a pressure fighter who excels when he can close the gap and fire off damaging combinations. Ultimately, how effectively Canelo can implement this strategy may decide whether Crawford is able to operate at his ideal range or ends up smothered and neutralized under constant pressure.
Canelo's saying that Crawford's a better fighter than Floyd Mayweather.
Crawford what?
Better than Floyd Mayweather. Canelo said that.
Crawford can beat.
No, Crawford said Canelo. Canelo said Crawford's better than Mayweather. What do you think? What's your assessment on that?
There's a different style, you know. I mean, they're both good fighters, so it's hard to compare yourself to others. Like, you know.
Do you think?
Thank you, guys. We gotta go. We gotta move
Mayweather
on,
did
boss.
against Canelo. Do you think he can do any of that?
What, Canelo?
Can Crawford do any of what Mayweather did against Canelo?
That's a good fight. I mean, you know, we'll wait.
Brian Bomac McIntyre, Crawford's longtime trainer, speaks with calm confidence when discussing their game plan. He stresses that Crawford's preparation has been meticulous. Every potential scenario has been studied, planned for, and drilled. While Bomac acknowledges Canelo's talent and experience, he's equally confident in Crawford's ability to adapt and rise to the occasion under pressure. Their belief isn't based on bravado, but on countless hours of film study, sparring, and strategic planning that have shaped one of the most focused training camps of Crawford's career.
Like a Canelo, it not only is his offense, he's got to have defense too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, style makes fights. Bud got the better skills, and he got the better mind too.
Do you think with the styles in mind, but also the weight in mind, he can get that job done based on he's just so much more excelling in the skill?
You know what? He gonna get the job done. I promise you that. He'll get the job done. You know, because you know, Bud boxing IQ is off the charts. You know what I'm saying? Next to Canelo, not taking nothing away from him, but Bud just a little bit better.
I can tell you fully believe in your fighter, and he believes in himself too. There was a slight back and forth at the press conference there. That was just a battle of belief. Who believes they're better? Obviously, Terence believes he's better. Did you look into that? What happened at the press conference there as the first war of words?
That's just press conference, man. The reason why I believe into my fighter is because from day one, the first day he walked in the gym to where we at now, we haven't lost yet. Okay, he got a loss. He got 2 losses.
How does that affect him coming into this fight?
One thing about this, I always remember this. He got 2 losses, right? We got no loss.
Kell Brook offers a unique and valuable perspective. Having shared the ring with both Gennady Golovkin and Terence Crawford, he acknowledges that Canelo presents a different kind of threat, blending power, precision, and ring intelligence in a way few fighters can match. While Brook praises Crawford's speed and tactical sharpness, he also warns that Canelo's experience under high-pressure conditions makes him especially dangerous. His assessment is clear. For Crawford to come out on top, he'll need to be at his absolute best, both physically and mentally.
It's a wow fight, you know what I mean? It's two supreme athletes fighting against each other, but you've got to sway towards Canelo. Crawford's gonna have to, move up, and I knew when I boxed Golovkin, there's a big difference, especially with someone that, fighting a middleweight, a mediocre world champion's okay, but when you're fighting someone like, Canelo or Golovkin, it's a different kettle of fish, I have to lean towards Canelo, but, Crawford's very, very, very good.
Do you think Crawford's still got the legs? Obviously, he's very much got great IQ in the ring, but he's very much a good mover as well. Do you feel like he's still got the legs to be maybe outmoving Canelo if he needs to?
Well, I don't know. I think when we look back at Mayweather when he beat Canelo, he's a mover. Crawford's not really like Mayweather in that aspect. He's more. He kind of sets his feet and he's cute with how he approaches chucking shots and moving. You know what I mean? I think it's a different fight to Mayweather, and Canelo's obviously a different fighter from when he boxed Mayweather. But like I say, it's one of them what we've got to tune into and watch. You know, both unbelievable fighters, but I'd have to favour Canelo. Just his size and his experience.
Crawford's hallmark as a fighter has always been his ability to read opponents and adapt his strategy mid-fight with remarkable fluidity. This adaptability has consistently left even veteran fighters struggling to keep up. But against Canelo, that skill will be tested like never before. Crawford will have to adjust to Canelo's timing, power, and defensive instincts in real time. Searching for openings where there appear to be none, in a fight of this magnitude, staying one step ahead won't just be an advantage. It could be the key to victory in this high-stakes chess match.
Crawford, on the other hand, he has been walking down his fighters, and people don't see that but me. For some reason, when I had that tape, people were screaming cat. And it's like David Evanesian, Errol Spence, Sean Porter, Gamboa, a Mean Machine. Even against Madrimov, the way he won the fight was by fighting. It wasn't Floyd Mayweather sticking. This guy has been too athletically gifted, and I mean explosive, hard punching, and too strong for his ops. When he's in orthodox, he boxes more. When he switches, he becomes a puncher. And now he's coming out southpaw. He ends you. He is not, you gotta watch him fight. He does do athletic things where his hands and his feet work together and he catches you for sure. But what he mostly do is he punishes and he bullies his op because he walks you down and whips your ass.